Welcome to Sleep Story of Legends, the channel where the most captivating tales from across Runeterra and beyond come to life in soothing bedtime narratives. If you enjoy these immersive stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about what legendary tales you'd love to hear next. Now, settle in, close your eyes, and let the story take you away. Jinx. Echoes in the ashes. The flames danced in the distance, their flickering reflections swallowed by the lapping waters of the dark ocean. The city of Piltover was a vanishing memory behind her, the shadows of its skyline barely visible through the mist. Jinx sat alone on the hull of a stolen ship, knees drawn up to her chest. Her signature pink eyeshadow had smeared across her cheeks, mixing with the salt of the sea and the smoke of the past. She was dead. At least, that's what they thought. That's what she needed them to think. The blast, the wreckage, the chaos. It had all been meticulously timed. A show, a grand finale. The perfect way to disappear. But she hadn't anticipated the weight of her own silence. Now, there was only the humming engine, the rhythmic rocking of the waves, and the relentless storm inside her head. The voices, did you see their faces, Powder? They thought we died. You saw her eyes, didn't you? She finally let go. Jinx shut her eyes tight, her fingers pressing against her temples, as if she could squeeze out the whispers that slithered through her mind. The voices were old friends and cruel jailers, shifting between encouragement and torment. Shut up, she muttered, kicking at a loose plank. The ship groaned in response, as if it, too, carried the weight of the dead. She tried to picture her sister, her expression, her stance in those final moments. Did she look relieved? Shattered? Maybe both. Maybe it didn't matter. She gave up on you, Powder, just like she did before. No, Jinx whispered. I gave up on her. That was the truth, wasn't it? The Jinx the world knew had to die. She couldn't be the girl cloying for her big sister love anymore. Love only led to loss. She'd learned that lesson more times than she could count. So where did that leave her? A chuckle slithered through the silence, low and familiar. Oh, Powder, a voice purred. Running away again, are we? Jinx's eyes snapped open. Her pulse spiked as she turned her head, but there was no one there. Just the dim glow of the ship's lanterns reflecting off the water. Still, she knew that voice. You're dead, she said, barely above a whisper. Silco smirked from the shadows of her mind, reclining as if seated on an invisible throne. His single good eye gleamed like firelight in the dark. And so are you. Or did you forget? He gestured vaguely at the distant city. Quite the mess you left behind. A masterpiece, truly. But tell me, was it worth it? Jinx grit her teeth. I don't have time for ghosts. No. Silco's smirk widened. Funny. You seem to have plenty of time for the ones in your head. She squeezed her eyes shut again, but it was useless. He was there, woven into the cracks of her mind, just like the voices, just like her. But unlike her, he wasn't angry. He wasn't sad. He was simply watching, waiting. What do you want? She finally asked. Silco exhaled, standing. What I've always wanted, for you to be free. And yet, here you are, still running, still looking over your shoulder. Tell me, child, what's your plan now? Where does Jinx go when there's no one left to chase her? She had no answer. A new beginning in a city of ghosts. The ship carried her east, past the Sherman coast, to a place where her name meant nothing. Ixroken, the hidden heart of Ixtal, a jungle city shrouded in magic and secrets. It was a place where the strong thrived and the weak disappeared, swallowed by the vines and ancient forces that ruled the land. Jinx was not weak, not anymore. She stepped off the ship with nothing but the clothes on her back and a satchel of stolen weapons. The streets of Ixoken were alive with neon sigils and whispering spirits, yet the people barely spared her a glance. She wasn't important here. She wasn't Jinx here. For the first time in years, she was. No one. But the voices followed, and so did he. Silco strolled beside her, hands clasped behind his back. Quite the change of scenery, he mused. Fitting though. Ixtal is ruled by power, just like Zon. Except here, they don't dress it up in ideals. Am not listening to you, Jinx muttered. Then why are you still talking to me? He grinned. Face it, Powder. You don't know how to be alone. She tried to shake him off, but he was stitched into her thoughts like a scar that never faded. The rebirth of Jinx. Days turned to weeks, and the chaos within her quieted, if only slightly. She took odd jobs in the underground, her skills in explosives and mayhem earning her favor among the outlaws and mercenaries. She learned new tricks, new ways to manipulate fire, and magic-infused technology. She dyed her hair darker, changed the way she moved, the way she spoke. Jinx faded, and something else, someone else, began to take shape. But old sins has a way to always come back, no matter how deep you bury it. One night, after a particularly brutal job, she found herself perched on a rooftop overlooking the glowing jungle. The stars above felt close, almost within reach. And then, without warning, she saw it, a shimmer of pink light in the distance, a hauntingly familiar glow, a signal, a message, from someone who wasn't ready to let her go. Vi, she whispered. Silco, lounging beside her, tilted his head. And here I thought you were done with ghosts." She ignored him, rising to her feet. Maybe the story wasn't over just yet. Thank you for listening to Sleep Story of Legends. If you enjoyed this tale, let us know in the comments what stories you'd like to hear next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more legendary adventures. Sleep well, dream deep, and until next time.